The mind remains one of the science's greatest mysteries. It looks to be so dissimilar to other physical substances that throughout most of history, people assumed it wasn't a physical material at all. Many early thinkers held that mind-body dualism was true. This implies that they believed the mind is made up of a distinct substance other than the brain, a substance that thinks. In addition to this, physicalism or materialism is the belief that the mind is made of the same substance as the brain, or that is made of a substance that obeys the rules of physics. Socrates was the first known thinker to apply the whole force of reason to the human self, who we are, who we should be, and who we will become. Socrates believed that in addition to our physical bodies, each individual had an eternal soul that lives on after the body dies. He discussed this with his friends in the days following his trial and before his death sentence was carried out. A period in his life when the idea of immortality, no doubt, had a special urgency and relevance. Socrates held that every man is dualistic, consisting of a body and a soul. He also believed that everyone has an imperfect and transient element, which he called the body. The soul, on the other hand, is a complete and immortal aspect. According to Socrates, the reality of dualism, consisting of two dichotomous worlds. The first domain is dynamic, temporary, and flawed, whereas the second one is unchanging, everlasting, and immortal. In addition, this realm encompasses the intellectual essences of the universe, such as the truth, goodness, and beauty. In the actual world, we see examples of these ideal forms. For example, we might describe someone as truthful, good, or beautiful, but these instances are always defective and limited. Only the ideal forms themselves are perfect and unchanging. On the other hand, the physical world in which we exist, which includes everything we can see, hear, taste, smell, and feel, is part of the former realm. Our physical reality is always evolving, developing, and disappearing. Our bodies, according to Socrates, belong to the physical realm. They change, they are imperfect, and they perish. Our souls, on the other hand, belong to ideal realm. They are unchangeable and immortal, living on after death of the body. And while our souls and bodies have a deep relationship, they are totally distinct beings. Our souls desire wisdom and perfection, and reason is the tool for achieving this state. But as long as the soul is attached to the body, the desire for knowledge is delayed by the physical realm's imperfections as the soul is dragged by this body into the area of changeable where it wanders and is confused in a world that spins round a person. What is genuinely surprising about these concepts is how closely they correspond to the present Western thinking. All of the main features of Western and some Eastern faiths are present: a limited body, an immortal soul, a perfect, everlasting realm with which the soul seeks communion and eternal happiness. Even on secular level, the principles resonate with contemporary self-concepts. The notion that thinking, the reasoning self, and the physical body are completely different entities with a tangled and troublesome relationship. In summary, the self, according to Socrates, is made up of both physical and mental entities. This is the foundation of the self's idea of duality. The body is a physical entity that is both imperfect and temporary. It may be physically present today, but it changes through time and will deteriorate after death. In contrast, the soul is a mental thing and is permanent. It exists and manifests in the body today, but it separates when the body leaves the earth. This is one reason why there is a belief that one continues to be present even after death. Since the soul is mental, it can exist even without the physical body.